Welcome back to Top Docs. By the way, I didn't even create a catchy introduction, but let's get down to the beat. I'm FictionBoi.
I am Whiplash Wolf.
I'm Lord.
You can call me Devin.
And I am Sakura.
And
if you noticed, yeah,
I will say, if you noticed, Stream is not here with us tonight. He is at a family gathering, so we shall let him have his fun. But on with the episode.
yes. So the episode is about music, and we're going to touch on the music industry. But as you know, we actually have a member on the Top Dogs, which is Lord, who is one of our music people. You want to tell them what you do and what you do for a living, or what you want to do for a living?
Yeah, I'm not there yet. I am a music major at Kennesaw State University. I am a music composer, which means that I write music for instrumental purposes. And so I write chamber music, symphony works, all the different types, but I'm learning how to write for film and video games starting this semester. So moving towards the digital production, not there yet, but get in there soon.
So pretty much that's what you specialize in, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so that's kind of what a lot of people in music, everybody has their type of specialty. So with me, and that's the question that we are going to be asked is, we specialize, like, what do you guys specialize when it comes to music? So I'll go first. When I play music, I love guitar. I actually love singing as well. Now, I first started off with guitar when I was 6 years old. My first song I ever learned on guitar was Master of the Puppets, if anybody knows that song, by Metallica, which is a very fun song to play. Because, by the way, it's a very hard song to play because it's all downstrokes with the pick, and it's like 210 beats per minute, which is insanely fast.
I feel like any song by Metallica seems to be like, you go from like easy mode with like Offspring to like expert mode with Metallica. Just from listening. I mean,
I grew up loving rock and roll in general, and I've always wanted to try not just thrash metal, but I've always wanted to try classic rock. I've always wanted to try new metal, grudge rock, all those things, even the older stuff. Which one of my favorite old songs to play, which is forbidden to play in a guitar shop, Stairway to Heaven. I don't know why. You guys are very superstitious about that. if you notice that you cannot play Stairway to Heaven at a guitar shop for some reason. I don't even know the story why. Yeah,
sure. Look,
it's weird. It's one of the first beginner songs that you can learn. Everybody tends to like start off with that, and now it's been overplayed to the point that it's an unspoken rule that you cannot play that in a Guitar Center, and some people will kick you out over that.
Huh. I thought it was over something like a superstition.
No, it was genuinely just like so overplayed. And now anytime a Guitar Center employee hears it, it's like, oh, nope, you're done. Guitar on the wall, you out. Done.
Okay. So, Devin, I know you play music. What do you specialize with music?
As far as music goes, there's a lot of things that I touch on. I wouldn't say that I'm like particularly great on anything. I would rather just say that I'm a jack of all trades for music, because I've touched on things like violin, upright bass, guitar, electric bass, piano, bit of drums. I do vocals. I make my own music. There's a lot of things that I do, but I have to kind of lay on the low at the moment, because while I do need to do vocal tracks for one song that I've been writing, yeah, my voice is just not here right now. But I've been a part of music for well over 12, maybe 13 years. I started violin at like 7, and I've been working my way up there.
Would you like to debate one thing for me? I saw that, by the way, Whiplash.
Yeah, I'm about to say, really?
I didn't see
if you guys want some context from the audio listeners, Whiplash pulled up on. You can even see it on his name. He pulled up on his Spotify "Stairway to Heaven" by Zeppelin.
By the way, Devin is right. It is because it was played in Wayne's World, and since then it's just been a joke in like guitar stores that people just play that song, and it's so overplayed that they will just kick you out if you play it anyways.
Wow, it's just weird. But continue
Ask
on,
me
Devin.
how I know that one.
Devin, Devin, I got something for you. I got something for you.
Go
So,
on.
a lot of people like to think being a violin player is the same thing as being a fiddle player. I don't think so.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. They are two different instruments. The violin is a much more. It's more around a classical era that it's not the same like sound and the way that you play it like a fiddle would. A fiddle is smaller in nature. While it may have similar tunings, it's not always going to be the same. And fiddles are built for like fast, much more closely arranged notes on the bridge, rather than with a violin. You can very accurately find different pitches and work your way around them. With violin, it's much more in depth. With a fiddle, it's like you'll be able to tell the difference because it's like the difference between let's see, Toccata and Fugue in D minor versus something like an old Western film where you may hear a fiddle in like a bar fight scene.
I mean, it's like
okay.
So I don't know if I said that right. None of my French friends come after me, please.
I mean, Lord is under the impression they're not the same things, and he has his reasons why they're not the same. You can explain that because we did talk about that.
Yeah, we did. I've been playing violin for 11 years, so I mostly agree with you. Say they are not the same. I play violin. I do not play fiddle. That is a statement I will keep true. But they do sound different. They do play differently. But what most people think of like, oh, it's the same instrument, is because we try to replicate it on the violin, so it doesn't like seem that as much different. But a traditional
Right,
one, like a fiddle, you have no shoulder rest. Like, so that's already, you're lowered like this, and you have to scrape it. It's really a whole different beat.
Exactly. You can definitely get the same sound and like the same playing styles, but as far as down to the finite points, no, you cannot get them the exact same.
No. No.
Whiplash. Have you ever tried your luck with playing anything in the music industry? Like anything you would specialize in? I know you like to listen to it.
I mean, I can like do beats with beating my head on the table and stuff, but that's about it. Otherwise, I have no talent.
That's not the only thing he's beating.
Yeah, so I'll be my Twitter. It's fine.
What was that about you
Fiction,
warning
you
me?
set him up for that one.
I know.
I mean,
but I just knew he
He
couldn't
was
resist.
poking the bear. He wanted to. Yeah, he wanted to.
It's fine.
I know,
Coltyn can
Whiplash,
help
he
me
won't
with
resist.
FWA. It's fine.
How
Coltyn
long
can help me
have
with
you been
FWA.
Anyways, but well, actually, since I know you don't, okay, keep your composure, everybody.
5 minutes.
Oh, 5 minutes is too long for me.
Damn, you like to do it short? Damn.
Oh no, 5 hours is my maximum. Or excuse me,
I don't
5
care
hours is
how
my
many likes
minimum.
we get on the next video. As long as it surpasses 100, I will fire out and hit him in the next episode.
But anyways, I know you don't really specialize in music, as you said, but you do like listen to EDM. You said, why do you like EDM?
It's okay. To me, it's like I mean, I like all music except for Christian and country, and the reggae is like something else. But I enjoy music. Like the lyrics are good, the beat to the song is good. Like so, like drums or guitar with rock and roll, or EDM is just using sound you can find. I'm not trying to say EDM is easy to make, because trust me, I look at it and I'm just like, how do you make this?
EDM's a fun one.
It is, and I've had two friends who create like EDM music, and I'm like looking at this like there's a lot of like different like sounds to use just to make like a good tempo, a good rhythm to the song. But to me, EDM music kind of like it's a feeling, honestly, to EDM. Like it gets you, depending on how it's made, it can get you pumped up. It can get you riled up and get you into a good mood and get you to do stuff, get you to just do something that you've been wanting to do but not really have like the motivation to do it. But it can help you, be level-headed and just do it. Like that's why I love listening to EDM. I listen to EDM while I'm at work because it helps me get through the day faster. Or if I go to the gym, I listen to EDM because like it's just, it makes me want to work out harder. But I mean, and especially in driving cars. Oh god, if I could, I'd be doing 100 plus all the time.
To practice doing some donuts in the empty parking lot.
I've done that too much in my Corvette. That's why I went through 2 sets of tires.
Dang.
I can't do that in my car because it's all-wheel drive.
Yes. But also, I was gonna say one more thing. It's like another thing in the car. It's like, especially if you have a manual, like downshifting it to the beat and just flooring it is so much fun. It's a mood. It is a mood.
Yeah, you do like handling that stick. Anyway, Sakura, continue on.
Oh man, you are tempting me.
Fiction.
God.
I don't think Sakura wants to continue now. I think they want to walk out of the room.
No, it's fine. Someone at TFF last night handled my stuff for me.
Oh my god.
Shall we, Sakura?
Go ahead, Sakura. Continue on with your. Did you specialize in music? Were you a band nerd in high school or?
I did actually do band actually back in middle school. I played the trumpet for 1 year, and then I kind of fell out of love with it because it just wasn't really the instrument that I wanted to pursue. Lately, I've been trying to get into the piano and, kind of trying to learn how to do it. I am not actually very good at it. I can kind of play one song with one finger, and I'm progressively getting better at that one song. But I know eventually it is my goal to fully learn how to play the piano.
What do you think is true? Do you think the piano is a percussion or a string?
Yes.
It's a mix of both. It's a mix of both because you're using hammers to beat on strings.
Technically, it is a percussion.
Yes, it is.
I'm right.
But a lot of people say, it's a string instrument because it has strings. So it's like, it's just both.
I have no opinion.
I just really...
I play a synthesizer. I have no opinion.
I don't even play a synthesizer.
I just think...
I don't even know.
I press button, sound go beep boop.
By the way, shout out to Coltyn for being one of the good clarinet players, because he's good at flicking his tongue on it.
Oh my...
God damn it.
So,
you make it so hard.
Degenerate episode.
I thought it was saxophone. Wait.
Coltyn,
I'll say what I was going to say the next time I see y'all.
Fine, Coltyn. Use that skill on me then.
Wait, was it saxophone or clarinet?
I swear it was saxophone because he made fun of my saxophone parts.
It was saxophone. It was. Sorry, repeat that. Oh,
Okay.
so yeah, he's good at. Yeah, it was clarinet. Yes, I was right. I actually used my brain.
It was either Bill Clinton or Squidward. Gotcha.
Damn, look at you go.
Woo! That's why his skills are
he's
so
got
good
experience.
with his tongue.
Is that right? Triple tonguing, huh?
Yeah, it is pretty much triple tongue. But anyways,
triple faster then. Triple faster, huh?
Why did I sign up for this?
But anyways,
You got yourself into this.
triple tonguing. Shoot, if you were to play my guitar, you couldn't even pluck a G string.
No, I break it.
Yeah, you would. You wouldn't even know how to pull. But anyways, enough of the guitar joke there. But now, I was curious about Lord. How do you, with your career, with your major, can you actually think of a song in your head and think of the multiple instruments in your head and make it like all work without using Music Sheet?
Yes, I can say
Is
yes. It's
hard
hard for
skill
me.
to man. Yeah.
It's one of those things like I can do it, but then the skill is putting that thought in your head into the program, making sure you know what you want. That's where I struggle. That's what everyone struggles with. But thank God for technology these days. Like, you put a note in and it goes beep, so you know what notes you're putting in at least. Versus back in the 1700s, you're just like deaf writing. They didn't even hear the notes.
Yeah. You just have to know what the sheet music actually means. You have to be able to read sheet music. Which, I completely get where you're coming from. That's basically how I've been like writing my music for I don't know how long. It's just any song that I come up with, I hear the whole thing in my head before I start tracking anything. And if there's a certain sound I want, I just scroll through some of my pre-made sounds, or I make my own using different Eurorack synthesizers and put that into a sample.
Yeah, that's
like I've done whole orchestras. I've done whole orchestras with a simple Eurorack patch. I've made what can only sound like a toaster blue screened. I've made that sound. There's plenty of things that you can do with the Eurorack synthesizer because they are so powerful. They're so robust. You get control over everything that you can create what can only be described as if TV Static had a persona.
Wait. Well, I guess I want to ask one question. So, it's not unheard of that there is many songs that have like orchestra mixed with rock and roll bands. For example, Bohemian Rhapsody is a song that comes to mind when it comes to orchestra and rock and roll. Very great song. Recommend anybody who hasn't heard it, listen to it. Another song that does come to mind is November Rain by Guns N' Roses. That's also a good one as well. They have orchestra as well. Now, I would like to hear it from a standpoint from a person like Lord. Is it hard to work with a rock and roll band with orchestra? Because it's a different sound.
I wouldn't think so, because we still use all the fundamental same kind of like theory mechanics and everything. It's just getting the sounds and textures that you want. So I've never done it yet, but I don't think it'd be too bad because it's just another timbre, another texture. That's all it is.
I've not recorded something like that, but when I was in a band, we did something similar to that. We used our high school the high school orchestra to like help us play along with a few different pieces, like what you mentioned, November Rain. We did that. By the way, how did I want to know how Axl Rose got that voice, because I tried singing that on stage, and I swear to God, I sounded like a crow. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it.
I mean, it's like Freddie Mercury too. Like Freddie Mercury's voice can. I don't really think a lot of these people's voice can be unmatched.
Incredible pitch. He has an incredibly unique voice. But to be fair, back when I was in that band, I had that vocal range. Since then, my top end has kind of been lost. But what I gained in that is a much, much broader low end. Like, I'm able to hit subharmonic notes now, which I've literally tracked this with a tuning software. I was able to break the tuning software. My voice can go that deep. The lowest it got before it crapped out was an A#0, which is about 28.
Jesus.
Audio file or
That's
no
impressive.
proof? Don't believe it.
Also,
I wish I recorded it. Oh wait, no, I did record it. I have a video that I can send you. Checkmate.
All right.
Fiction. How do you forget Avenged Sevenfold? Avenged Sevenfold uses like orchestra a lot in their songs.
Do they use it in Nightmare? I don't know.
Yes, they use it in a lot of their songs.
Yeah, they do. I don't listen to Avenged, but I do know that they tamper with orchestra a lot.
They do, especially like the interesting song. Fuck, what is it? It's like, is it very like the lyrics of the song are very like morbid? I can't remember what it's called, but oh god, I want to remember it because it's a good song. It's just very weird. Give me a second.
A lot of bands use orchestras to their advantage. I know like symphonic black metal bands have done that. Some of the bands that I listen to, which honestly sound like if you put a mic on a pig farm, they use orchestras. Like Lifeblood by Brand of Sacrifice uses a child's choir for the breakdown, and they make it work. That slams. That is incredible.
Slipknot has used choir in their song
Slipknot's done a lot. Unsainted.
Disturbed.
Let's see. Yeah, Disturbed.
Silent Song is still my favorite song from them. Like, it's just... But also, no, it was Little Piece of Heaven was a song. That's what it's called. Yeah, that song.
Oh, okay.
Very interesting. But also, EDM also uses orchestra sometimes. I have
they
heard
do.
a lot of good songs.
You'll more often hear orchestra settings in like power metal. Like if you choose Pathfinder, Dragon Force. I know Kane's Offering. There's a lot of them out there. God, Galneris. Galneris is a great one, like that uses orchestra for their pieces. But honestly, if you just want to, at all times, have metal and orchestra mixed, power metal includes all of that. It's every time.
Okay. Now, I wanted to bring up this question, which is, and we'll start off with Sakura. What are some of your favorite musical artists or bands?
Oh goodness. I suppose when it comes to bands, obviously being from Japan, a lot of them have like, a lot of influence on what I like to listen to. So like recently I've been getting into a band called Wagaki Band. And what they do is they're actually a mix of very, very traditional Japanese instruments and hard rock. Like it's absolutely incredible the way that they incorporate the two together. Admittedly, I do enjoy me some baby metal.
I love baby metal. They're so good.
Especially a lot of their more recent work. Like they've been kind of stepping away from like the really cutesy stuff that they started with, and now they're getting into some like really, really hardcore metal.
I like their song "Gimme Chocolate." Was it Chocolate? Gimme Chocolate?
Yeah.
Gimme Chocolate,
Yeah.
That was one of the originals, yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the originals that is still like hailed as to how baby metal got popular.
Yeah,
If anybody hasn't heard of it, I was about to say, if anybody hasn't heard "Gimme Chocolate" by Baby Metal, I recommend you hear it. It's interesting, and it's not for everybody, but it's definitely unique.
Again, I would hit the ranges.
If you want to hear one of their
voices,
I'm just waiting for it to pop up right here. Waiting for it to pop up.
Okay.
I actually was thinking about doing it too, but I'll wait till after the stream.
There you go.
After the podcast.
As you were saying.
Well, I mean,
I would say like one of their more recent songs, Megitsune, is definitely like a testament to like them stepping away from more of the cutesy stuff and getting into more of like the hard metal. When it comes to like bands from America, like I'm all about like classic rock. So like John Bon Jovi, Kiss. God, why can't I think of names right now? I love AC/DC, Queen, just like all the old classic rock bands. It's just they've always held a really close place to my heart, and like I don't know, the way that they can just kind of like music from the 70s and 80s was like it got you moving, like for me it's not like a lot of new age stuff, or like admittedly, I'm not a huge fan of dubstep. It just kind of sounds like a bunch of noise that somehow people move around to. But when you had, classic rock, like it got you moving. It had a tempo, it had a melody to it. You could dance to it, you could sing to it, and it was absolutely incredible. So yeah, no, I love a lot of classic rock.
Just get somebody CDC.
What about you, Whiplash? What's your favorite artists or bands?
I mean, that one's kind of hard. To be fair,
I know you love Alice in Chains.
There's a lot of bands I really enjoy. It ranges all the way across like the groups of people I was talking about, like Johnny Cash. He's a country singer, but his music is good. Indian, they're or not Indian, Indian by Linkin Park, like again, not just Indian, but Linkin Park. They're new metal, so that's the genre. You have grudge like Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
Who else? But it's just a range of people I enjoy. But I will say this. I guess if we're talking about technicalities, the one album that I loved every song off of from the one band is Linkin Park. And that's the Hybrid Theory album, their very first one. I love every single song off that album. So,
good choice.
You can't hear this, but Koltyn is just happy about your choice, and I can hear him just saying, yes, Whiplash, yes.
I mean, it is though, like every single song of Hybrid Theory, every single song is great. Like, yes, Indian was the one that got them rolling, but y'all have, is it Somewhere I Belong? Somewhere I Belong on Hybrid Theory? Is it on Meteora? I can't remember which one that was on.
No, that was Hybrid Theory.
Give me a second. It's been a minute, but everything is good. I just love the entire album. But I mean, I could name all the bands I listen to, because especially when it comes to like EDM, you listen to like mixes and stuff off YouTube, and it could be just a barrage of different like artists. Like the ones that are like most known are, you know, Skrillex. You have Deadmau5. You have God, what was his name? The one Avicii before he died. But Avicii was great. You have. It's just, I mean, I can't. Honestly, to me, I can't. You also have Daft Punk too. I mean, Daft Punk is golden age, that's for sure. They're like, to be fair, they didn't start EDM or funk, or they're funk like PHUNK, but they made so much good music. Oh my god, I just can't pick a favorite band. That's all I can say.
Let me ask you this, Whiplash: what Gorillaz fall under that?
Yes, I mean, Gorillaz they're like experimental music. That's how I would put Gorillaz. They go through a lot of different genres.
Touches on everything.
Yeah, they like do everything. Like actually, Gorillaz' first album, I almost like every song off the first album they made. Like 2000, you have Tomorrow Comes Today. What's the one that got them really popular at the first album? It wasn't just those
Clint
two.
Eastwood.
There we go. Clint Eastwood is a great song.
That's a good song. I like that one.
Mm-hmm. I love that song.
I don't remember who the rapper's name was, but I really liked the way he rapped.
That was that's just what's his name? He's in the band, right?
I think it was.
Yeah, I can't think of his name right now.
He's the drummer. Like, he's the drummer. He's the drummer of the band.
He's also
because if you watch. Because thing is, if you actually like watch the music video, like the rapper comes out of his mindset or out of his mind and starts rapping.
Okay.
But they've also dealt with rap before too, like just pure rap. Because which one was it? Was it it's off one of their newer albums. Like it has like a good beat to it, and it's just pure rap. I can't remember which one it is.
I couldn't tell you. I've not listened to one Gorillaz album or song, to be honest with you. I've never listened to one from start to finish.
I do recommend you listen to them at least once.
No, I know. I just want to like sit down and appreciate it, and with the little time that I always have, I don't really get the chance to do that.
Okay,
I'll send you some links. But I will say, Captain.
Oh yeah, Phil Gooding.
That's the other one. I was gonna.
Yeah.
I was
just
gonna
don't refer
call you
to the
Captain
last
Devin.
part.
I was gonna call you Captain Devin.
Okay.
That works. So yes, I'll just say. Well,
Close
I'm gonna. Yeah, that's pretty much close enough where I was going with this. But I know you have a lot of metal bands that you like, and a lot of metal artists. You're more into that more than the other rock choices.
But I can definitely sit back and listen to most genres. I do not like most newer things. Hip hop, pop, rap, reggae. I can't get behind that. It's just not at all my thing. EDM, there are a few things here and there that I can get behind, but it's mostly just like I delve in, from the hard rock to the stupidest metal that you can conjure up, and everything in between as well. Because like I follow solo artists like Ichika Nido, I follow Rob Scallon. Those guys are some of my biggest influences when it comes to guitar, and for bass, especially like Davey 504. Being my inspiration for slap bass, but there are bands like Iron Maiden where I started out listening to metal. I was introduced to Iron Maiden at a very young age, and from then on it's been nothing but metal in this head, constantly chugging. Found Slipknot on my own.
What about Black
with
Sabbath?
Psychosocial. Black Sabbath, I can like absolutely appreciate. Will I actively seek it out? Maybe if it's like that one niche time that I want to sit back and listen Black Sabbath, but more often than not you'll find me sat in my car just chugging along to like Slipknot in the car, or I'll put on some other obscure band. Like sometimes I'll throw on Death Clock, or sometimes I'll throw on I believe it's Bro Job.
Bro Job.
Yeah,
want
a song I was listening to.
Whiplash. You and I need a bro job.
I mean, I listened to a song today called "There's No Like Horse."
What is that? That's an actual song.
You've never heard of that? You've never heard
that? That is a real song.
You're about to be in
I am so close to like just blurting out the
really
lyrics, but we need to like expose you properly to the song. We can't just start blurting out lyrics, because then you're just gonna go, okay, I'm not listening to this. You need to like, you need to have the ear bleach that we all sat through.
Okay, but I do want to give a little shout out to Coltyn again. Anyways, I know you love this song, Coltyn, but his favorite song is The Killers, When You Are Young. Because your gay ass likes that song.
Look at him being gay over there.
That is his song. If you play that on the radio, he will not stop singing it.
Yeah, no, there are also some like very few rough patches. Like, if I'm ever down enough, I always turn on one song. Okay, two. Obviously, again, Slipknot, but I turn on Snuff. So nothing that's heavy. It's all
Snuff.
like orchestral and very like sad. It's just plain old sad. But another one that I throw on,
depressing song.
yeah, another one that I throw on very often whenever I'm not in the greatest place, that always gets me cheered back up, is Rock and Roll by Eden. I found that through middle school, and I've listened to that song time and time again. I've learned it on guitar, I've memorized the vocals, and any time that I need like to just sing it out, it's not heavy. It's all just like sing your heart out. It's all just get it all out.
My positive song when I'm not in a good mood is listen to it's by Kill Switch Engage, This Fire. If anybody's ever heard of that song, I recommend you listen to it. It is so good. Yeah. Wow, you really pulled it up.
Yes, I did.
He pulled up the quote unquote song, no horse, whatever. Whatever.
See, now that I mentioned the song that I was talking about, now I want to start singing along the lyrics, but I can't because my voice is gone.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
And also,
no.
DMCA.
But I will want to get to my songs. Well, my music choices is a big variety in the rock and roll, especially in metal and classic. So this is what I'll say. When it comes to grudge, we'll start off with there. My favorite band is Alice in Chains. When it comes to metal, it is Slipknot. When it comes to classic rock, it's Elvis Presley. I love Elvis.
Good choice.
That is my boy. We grew up in the same state. Yep. And he knows I love Elvis. Almost all my close friends know I love Elvis.
Yep.
Hell, if you guys didn't know, I based one of the personalities on my character on Elvis. Because I liked how he was good at drawing the ladies, and I was like, I want to be that way. But it turned out to be the opposite.
Yeah, I was about to say he wasn't gay.
Well, you see, Elvis draws the ladies, you draw the femboys. I would
also
know.
Fair.
I mean,
Close enough.
so I mean, to be fair though,
There's one over there, right there.
To be fair though, I mean, you
There's one
attract
sat
the
next to you.
femboys like. So we
You and I
can
both.
change that song out. It's not the milkshake to the yards, now the femboys to the yard.
Okay.
She brings all the femboys to the yard.
Oh, I was gonna say my brings all the femboys to the yard.
God damn
My
it.
protein shake.
I mean,
Your protein shake.
Ask
My
Coltyn.
protein
Ask
shake
Coltyn.
brings all the femboys to the yard.
Is that right, Coltyn? Huh? Is that right? Huh? Look at them. Smiling. Yeah, see? He's getting his mouth open. He's spreading it up.
But anyways, now
You
I'm
can't hear it
curious,
now,
Lord.
but he's just sat there like, yes, yes.
I mean,
you
no,
know
that's
that
not what I
fucking-
heard. He's like, yes, Whiplash, yes. That's how he talks. Yes,
close enough.
Whiplash, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it
It
is.
sounds like he's doing unimagining things in his bedroom. It doesn't help that he's also in the bedroom when he's saying that. Stop moaning.
Ooh.
I can hear you. Anyways, Lord, I was curious. What is your favorite band or artist in the music industry?
See, that's where I'm a little different. I do not listen to any music made before like the 19th century.
Wow, you have an old soul.
So
You're
I
older than my
stick-
soul.
Yeah, I stick to the classical and romantic period of composers. It's just where my heart speaks
me-
and what I love. So
Tell me about the song about Beethoven. And how the hell did he come up with music when he was deaf?
he studied. They didn't have Facebook back then, so they had a lot more time to, like work on things. Now we have technology, and it just ruins everything. No, back then it was definitely a whole different time. Definitely, like Beethoven was like Beethoven. Anything earlier than Beethoven is like meh to me. That's just kind of my opinion. But everything after Beethoven, which is like late classical, romantic, and touching modern, is my jam. So I am half Czech, which is in the Czech Republic from Europe and everything. And I love the two main composers there, Dvorak and Smetana. Their music, is just amazing. Like, I will cry at a concert. I did, actually. When I went to Czech and I sat and listened to his what's it called? Carnival Overture live inside of his auditorium that he composed stuff and everything. It was just, it was very emotional. But I love Debussy, Holst, Copeland, and all the very upbeat composers usually, kind of very energetic and fun. Because I have my own style that I base myself off of, and those are the main ones that I kind of drift to.
Oh, yeah.
But modern songs, I deal with. All right, I don't deal. I like listening to anything, but just like some people said, I won't be seeking it. I don't mind listening to any music, but I'll always have classical music in my car. Just how it is.
You know what? I used to listen to a lot of orchestra music from that time. It actually used to be my go-to music when I wanted to go to sleep. It was just so peaceful to me.
Fair.
That's
Now,
fair.
I have a few pieces that help me sleep.
Yeah, but now I just listen to like white noise from Rain or something. But anyways,
I turn on track days and I just let the cars going by put me to sleep.
I couldn't do that because
That's real.
in that one
That's real. I wish I was joking about that. But yeah, to
Because then that one Civic
very
comes up.
quickly. Oh God, no! Don't get me started. But to very quickly mention, you had mentioned, how did Beethoven write music when he was deaf? I like to think that there was a technique to it, and I've seen it done before, which was some people who are gifted, with good hearing, they pick up on different tones and put that to their music. People who are deaf, they can still hear it. How? Because it's through the floor. They can use very soft-soled shoes, or just not wear shoes at all, and say you play a note on the piano. That certain frequency goes through the whole room, vibrates in the floor, and it vibrates through the player. And if you play multiple notes, you can start picking up on that. You can start hearing everything in very minute details. I would know because this was actually a test that we did for our old high school. one of like the challenges that you could, if you were not doing too great as far as your grade, like some people somehow had like D's and E's. If you wanted to, you could get extra credit or just make up your grade by like just doing that, putting on really good noise canceling headphones or just bumping your music super loud, and you would have to, based off of what you felt when you played an instrument, something that you're not exactly comfortable with, like some people didn't know how to play piano. They would sit at a piano right at their bench and start trying to play something simple, not obviously to the level of like Beethoven where you can write a full beautiful piece. I mean something like you can play hot cross buns on a piano and you'll be able to tell it through the notes, like through the sound of the floor. You can feel the notes passing through. So when people say that you can feel music, yes, it is a feeling that like gets you moving, but it's also very literal because you can feel music through the ground, through the air, through anything that you can touch.
Okay. Well, on that note, I'm going to say this right now. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want to be notified for any of our videos, hit the bell. It will notify you with any of our videos. And also, we'll be having a link tree down in the description below, which will have a link to all of our social platforms, Twitter, audio platforms, where you can listen to our audio platforms. And you can also have access to our Discord server and our Telegram groups. Now, if you do not have the opportunity to go see this, Whiplash is going to break your instruments with his hammer.
Oh no, I'm forwarding the camera. No, that's not what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ruin someone's piece of equipment. Nah, they just can't.
If you don't, Whiplash is gonna start singing to you. What? Sing, Whiplash. Sing.
Nah.
Sing.
Nah.
Sing.
No.
Sing. Yes. Sing.
Peer pressure always works.
Sing, Whiplash.
I can't pull it out. What?
Remember, kids, if you can't get something done, peer pressure always works.
Sing, Whiplash. Sing.
I can't say that.
Why did that work? Oh, there it is. 1 second. No.
Oh, now he wants to use the hammer.
Damn it,
At first he was going to sing you to sleep.
I was saying if you guys don't do it, you won't be able to get the link to mine and Colton's OnlyFans. Damn it.
Wow. Wow.
Fine. No, you peer pressure me to sing. I'll make Colton sing. How about that?
I think anybody can sing. Anybody can sing.
No, absolutely anybody can sing, but there are
Here's the thing is,
God, I have to build up to it. You can't do that on the spot.
Look, here's the thing. I was singing.
As the snow flies.
Well, you just can't tell me to do it.
On a great Chicago morning.
Yeah. G4.
I like doing it by myself. I like doing it to myself. It's not that good.
I sometimes like to see. I see Sakura singing sometimes. But anyways,
I mean,
You don't see
I may have a deep voice, but it's not like I can, I can't drop the bar low. And probably not like this one.
now I do have to say one more thing, and that is also calling to all our Top Dots community. I hope you like cool stuff because we have a lot of cool stuff available to you. So if you go to our Discord server, we have a subscription. It is a support, and there is also support plus. And well, I just heard a beat. Hang on. Okay, my bad. All right. So get an exclusive raw and uncut footage of exclusive like videos, like uncut. You can start hearing the things that come out of Whiplash's mouth. It's really crazy the things that comes out of his mouth. So if you want to see the uncut footage, support us there. Also, if you want to join supporter meetups and talk with other podcast supporters and like the team. Okay.
Hot dog, plus,
if you do get a support and plus if you do get the support, it also comes with a custom emoji paw on our Discord server.
You
so keep that in mind. And any other guys that come with it are basically $2.99 in the subscription. But if you want the supporter plus, you can upgrade it to a $5.99 deal and get episode voting, which is also great. And you can give us feedback as well. That's also a great thing too. Plus, get sneak peeks of upcoming ideas, merchandising, and more. All you need to do is just do the subscriptions. Now, you guys don't have to do it. This is just an option. And also, it helps us a lot. So thank you for your guys' support. And we also, speaking of Supporter Plus, Justin Sharp, come here. Come here. How you doing?
Anything and everything is much appreciated, no matter what you do. You guys watching us,
you get the support
to us, no matter what.
You get the support pets. He gets the support pets. Look at the camera. Can you see that? The camera's up there.
Sorry,
give him a support.
Stream does the pets, but I stole his spot. I'm streaming now.
I do the pets too. What do you mean? Pat. Hope you enjoyed that.
No, I'm not centered. Uh-oh.
But before you go, let me ask you something, Justin. What is your favorite type of music? And look at the camera while you're doing it. It's right there. You don't have to look at me. Look at the camera right here.
Okay. I mean, no, it's funny though. My favorite part is that pump, but I'm thinking Whiplash been listening to Corvette to Initial D. With some gas music.
True. Initial Eurobeat is Eurobeat is what it's called. It's definitely
the Corvette.
Oh, now I have to wait to get into the
we do appreciate you coming here, Justin. Of course.
Good.
That's true. Eurobeat is another good one. Forget about that.
Thank you. Well, before I continue on, Sharpie, do you want to come up here? You don't want to come up here?
Sharpie?
You don't want it? Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. But as we continue on with this. Alright, so now I'm going to ask you guys another question so we can keep the conversation going. Because I'm going to say some dumb stuff if I don't. Anyway, what do you think is the most important element of making great music? Let's start off with Lord. Putting you on the spot this time, so you better answer this correctly, boy.
Ayo, no. There's no wrong answer. There's a lot of different answers that get people going, but for me, it's harmony. Definitely, it's harmony because I could listen to a whole piece that's just chords and nothing else, but as long as the harmony makes sense, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
And then rhythm, form, all that different things, but just harmony is where I go to.
Well, when it comes to like rock and roll bands, I don't believe it sounds weird, but I just don't think the music sounds great without a bass. You definitely need a low tone, otherwise it just sounds really, really flat.
Yeah, no, most music is that way. You need some sort of lower tone that can compensate for a lot of very flat open spaces in tone. Now, I will say that every band, every producer is different, every composer is different. They will use different methods. Like, I know full tracks that don't use an upright bass. I know full tracks that don't use violas, which is really weird to say. I know full tracks that don't use bass lines because it's all guitar related. Like, when I write music, I don't exclude or include anything on purpose. If I feel it needs to be included, it's going to be included. Why? Because I don't write my music based off of like, well, that's just passionate. That's going to sound good. Whenever I'm writing, I write based off of feeling. If I want to pass along a message, then I want to put a tone to that message. What is something that you can just sit back to, and if you can relate to the lyrics, you just melt away with it completely. You can either completely melt away in this happy spot, just softly bobbing your head to the slow, easy beat, or if I want you up and moving, I'm going to create a beat that gets everybody up and moving based off of the tone that's there. I mostly write my music around how I'm feeling. If I'm feeling glum, dark, if I want to write about something that happened in my past, I'm going to use that sort of tone. It's going to have a slightly darker tone that's not the happiest in the world. The lyrics will follow that suit. And it creates this very well blended soup of all the right tones at all the right times. And speaking of, I do need to send you the track I've been working on recently because I need some more thoughts and opinions. And I think
Sounds good.
you're a little overqualified for what I got going.
Maybe.
That's fine.
Maybe.
Oh
We're all on the same playing field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just you can stroke your ego later.
Sorry, I'm composer. Sorry. I'm just.
He knows all about stroking.
Shut up.
I'll leave that one be.
Don't call me out like that.
I mean, you have to know about stroking, especially when it comes to violin.
Yeah, exactly. Or guitar.
I'll leave
played
that
around.
one
Nice
be.
save.
I will not touch it.
I'm going to think of this in the old NASCAR terminology, stroking. Anybody who watches NASCAR gets what I'm talking about.
It's a left
Why are you such a car
turn.
Shut up.
It's another left turn.
Do you want me to help you find your
Me?
first car?
Of course.
Fiction, you need a Corolla.
Nah. Too tightly
Your first
compact.
mistake was buying a Spark or Sonic, wherever it was.
Anyways, so what about you, Whiplash? What do you think? What do you think we need in the music to make it sound good? In the element of it,
Rhythm and harmony. That
That's
is like
sort
the
of
two.
that.
Like to me, that's the most important things. If you have rhythm, you have harmony. To me, it's a good song. While you can improve on those and then make an amazing song, but those are hard to come by. But you have lots of good bands, like how lots of bands in the 80s and 90s could just like put out hit after hit after hit after hit because they would just make like fucking amazing music. Like AC/DC, you have Metallica, you have Guns N' Roses, you have Def Leppard, Led Zeppelin. Is just they have the harmony and they have the rhythm down and what they match all their instruments to. To me, that's what makes an amazing song. And that's how it is, honestly. Like, that's just the way it is. Like, because people are not going to listen to a song that has, to me at least, a rhythm or harmony. Like, that's not what gets them going. They want something they can listen to and, like, be motivated by it.
yes, I believe there's also a thing that we need to consider, like when it comes to certain songs, depending on the environment and the location, certain music is not appropriate in certain settings, especially if you're
Hell's
like
Bells in the Funeral.
Hell's Bells at the funeral.
Another one bites the dust at a funeral.
There we go. Highway to Hell.
There's so many
Hold on.
great songs you could
Hold on.
choose
Hold-
just for
hold
that
just-
scenario alone.
Yeah. By the way, if you guys are trying to talk to me to ear, I don't mean to say this. I can't hear you guys.
Oh no.
Text me. Anyways, as I was saying, oh God, why did I sit in this chair like this? Okay,
Oh,
Nice.
I was stiff.
lots of good songs.
Anyway,
Straight to Heaven.
Just like something else.
All right.
the one we were
yes.
just talking about.
I'm catching on.
I would say like
changes.
Heard by Nine
besides the point, I'm saying like if you're listening to a sad song at a DJ, it doesn't fit the vibe. That's what I mean.
Wait. Good song. What's a good song to play at a dance party? Wait. Heard by Johnny
1999 by Prince.
Oh, true.
The Venga Boys are coming.
I was talking about like a sad song. I mean, 1999 is a good song. I was making. That's why I said "Hurt" by Johnny Cash or Nine Inch Nails, or is it Nine Inch Nails?
Speaking of "Hurt" by Johnny
thought it
Cash,
wasn't
my
bad,
dad
but
wanted
I'm
me
not
to play that at his funeral.
I mean,
why
to
that
fair,
song?
Look, Nine Inch Nails version was good. Like, so how both of them made both songs are great, fantastic. They both did it their own way. Like, is it the same lyrics as in the Nine Inch Nails versions? Yes, but it's sung differently in Johnny Cash's version. It's, I mean, have you ever seen the video? Like, it's going on about his past, like everything he's been through, everything he's experienced, everything he's done. And he wants to relive it and do it differently if he could. And then Nine Inch Nails version is kind of the same way, but in a deeper tone, a more darker tone, to say at least. Johnny Cash is still kind of like not as dark, but it's more, has a more, yes, that, I guess.
All right. Go ahead,
You see,
Soccer.
if
What do
I
you
could
think
have
is
a song? Oh,
I was going to ask Soccer, what do you think is the most important element when it comes to music?
Honestly, like when it comes to the music that I listen to, something that like really catches your attention and really invokes a lot of emotion. Like a song that, you know, not only like touches your heart but also touches your mind. Like a song that can, you know, get you dancing, a song that can get you singing along with it. Music that really, you know, evokes a lot within you. Like me, I'm, you know, I know that some people have it, some people don't, but like the kind of music that like when you're listening to it and it's really powerful and you start getting the goosebumps that run up your arms and your legs, like to me, that is very important in music. Something that just, it's powerful.
Yep.
or better yet, like when you're listening to the song and the right beat comes at the right time, and instead of just getting, you know, goosebumps here and there, you feel this whole wave of chills all the way through your body from head to toe. That's when you know you got something powerful.
That's a good feeling.
Yeah,
How about the sound of
but I was
silence?
gonna say before, like, oh god, yeah, that one has its. Yeah, that one has the same sort of feel to it. But I was gonna say before, like, because I feel that's a good question. If you could have a song played at your funeral, what would you have played? And mine, very obviously, would be like, you ever play Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies? I want that played at my. I want that played at my.
If I wanted to
115.
115. You want to play 115?
Res me. I have ray gun. I want that on my tombstone.
Me? If I was I wouldn't want to be buried anyways. I'd just rather be cremated and someone just plays Burn Baby Burn.
That's great.
It's a Fiction Inferno.
See, the best thing,
burn it, and then play one song.
the best thing I could ever do is, like, on my tombstone, I want a QR code that leads to a Rickroll. I want it so bad.
Oh,
It's just, whereas I have ray gun, and then right underneath, instead of a date, it's a QR code that leads to a Rickroll. So that way.
oh God! But I guess I want to ask one more question before we end today's show. So I'm going to ask, and we're going to start off with Lord. Okay, are you ready to be on the spotlight again? Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
what a good boy. All right, here we go.
The incredible.
Everybody with me now. We're gonna walk off stage.
There's going to be a lot of
do you
editing in
think-
this video.
I mean,
Oh, absolutely.
okay. Let me ask. What do you think is the biggest challenge
no
facing
cock
the music
like horse
industry
cock.
today?
Send your asshole in the shock.
What is? Shut up!
God damn
I'm trying to ask
Shut up!
You know what? You want to beat something? Here, I'll give you a beat. Get together. Go.
You tried. You tried your best.
Fire out and hit him so bad.
Look, I know you want to give me a hand holding it, all right, but let me do it myself. I know how to give it the good old
You
struggle.
wouldn't even know how to beat it.
Oh, I don't know. My best friend with my hand. That's all I can say.
You might as well be married to it.
Oh yeah, we've already been living together for
just
50
put a
years.
ring
Might as well
on
be
it.
married.
Did you expect
ring
this
on it,
when
but
you
it
paid
ain't
for
ring.
premium?
It's gotta be it's gotta be a big ring, all right. It's not a small one. It's a big ring.
All right, so now I want to get serious here so we can get
Love
on
you,
with this
Coltyn.
question. Lord, what do you think is the biggest challenge facing the music industry today?
Originality.
Very
Yes.
much so.
Really?
Very
Yes.
much
Yeah,
so.
that's very good. That's very good.
100%
Yeah.
agree.
That's the biggest
Absolutely.
problem.
See,
Everything sounds the same.
It does.
Everything
really,
does
and that's
sound-
why I kind of focus on the classical side of things, where you don't need a constant 4-bar and just have something repeated over and over.
Exactly.
It's just originality, and then also getting criticism on the originality. Because like I wrote a piece before, right? And then I showed it to some friends, and like, this is the Halo theme. I'm like, no, it's not. And then I go listen to the Halo theme, and yeah, it kind of was.
And lo and behold,
Oh.
it's the exact same.
It's
I have
not the
had that
exact
happen
same, but
more
same
times
chords.
than I can count.
But just like having that same kind of vibe with your music versus other things, it's really hard to stand out. Versus being, because I want to write for video games, and if I start playing a game, that influences my writing, and then I start writing music that sounds like that video game. And that's just how it works. You get ideas, but there's a point where you get like kind of like criticized to the point that it's like it's not good, and then you feel heartbroken that you just use something else as inspiration.
Yeah, because you feel like you've poured your heart and soul into this one piece, and then everybody shoots it down because it's like it's criticized to the point that it's like, well, now it's just too comparable. Now I can't share it with anybody. Now I feel like I'm copying. Now I feel like it's plagiarism.
Plagiarism in the music industry is a really big issue. There's also a big problem with copyright music, and the fact is that you can't use your music to promote something like a video game, but unless you're paying so much money into it.
Yep.
I feel like copyright is gotten ridiculous.
So like, back in my good old days when I was using MuseScore as my main thing, the free notation software, and you could upload all your tracks online and everything. Someone reported one of my songs as Disney, like copyrighted by Disney, and I got shot down. And I'm like, excuse me?
You wrote that damn thing.
Thank you for complimenting my music. But like,
damn,
no, it's not Disney. It's not Disney.
You wrote it.
So I had it. Yeah, I wrote the whole thing from scratch, and I had to go through the whole process of saying, no, this is my music. Here's my original file created on this day. It's a whole thing because they just want your money.
Yeah,
for your thoughts.
Before you start, to anyone that's making music, and if you guys are just going to report these guys saying that they're copywriting, make sure you do your research before you just go and say, hey, I want to report to this guy for copyright.
Yeah, you really have to know what you're talking about before you make those claims.
It happened to one of my friends, Winchai, on TikTok, because he got copyrighted for that too. But even though he wrote the damn song.
Also, to say
that's probably one of my biggest fears right now when it comes to writing the piece that I've been writing for a while. A lot of my pieces are like that. I feel so scared uploading them in fear that I'm like copying in some way. And like the worst part is I created my own technique. I started playing guitar in my own method. I have learned from so many other different musicians that I created my own style based off of it, and it creates my own unique tone. And I feel like I'm gonna get shot down for that because somebody out there is gonna go, well, hey, this sounds like this one. This sounds like this song. Guess what? You owe them money now. It's like, come on, man.
That's what they sound like in the music business as well.
Yes, they do.
What you said? You wanted to say something?
I was just gonna say Disney now has less talent than a plain ass cracker.
I'm a cracker.
Damn.
I am too, but I'm very salty.
Great. Actually, you're a plain cracker. I'm a grand cracker. I'm sweet.
Oh no, I'm a Biscoff. I'm a Biscoff cookie. That's what I am.
I'm a graham cracker.
Damn, those were good.
Anyway, Sakura, what do you think? What do you think is the biggest challenge?
Go through a pack. I can't buy them so often. I'll go through an entire pack in one day. Biscoff cookies are the I did it at TFF. Sakura. I bought one day, and I'm sorry, Sakura. Biscoff cookies are so good.
Cooking episode now.
The cookie episode, yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Sakura.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. I think nowadays, like, and this is just an opinion, like when it comes to like, music nowadays, is music just doesn't have the same soul anymore. Music nowadays, it almost feels rushed. Like sometimes there's no harmony, no melody, half the time you don't even know what people are saying. It feels like there's just a jarble of instruments, and a lot of music nowadays is just really hard to follow. Like there's not.
Or maybe you're just saying we're getting old. Maybe we're just getting old.
No, I'm young, and even I agree with
that. Take for example, Fiction music by Elvis Presley. It was very melodic. It created memories.
It was gyrating.
It was very full of soul. It was very emotional. Yes, lots of gyrating. You don't get that from music nowadays. You really don't. You don't get that same attachment anymore. And
see, I
think
want
that
more Linkin
is where
Park, but
we're
all I'm
starting to
getting is
lose.
like one. We're getting one bass track on repeat for like 5 minutes, and then over top of it is just like the f is that? Listen to that for 5 minutes.
You like depressing music just like Coltyn does. You guys are sad beans.
Well,
Yeah,
a
sad
lot
beans.
of
At
metal
least
tends
doesn't
to
make
be
me
that way,
animated.
so
Yeah.
That's why I listen to
And
EDM music, because it makes me animated.
it's also just
Anyways,
The other thing.
I wanted to ask, keep on going, Stalker, because I feel like we haven't heard from you that much.
I don't know. That was kind of like that was my big. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know,
just
that
wanted
was
you
just
to
that-
feel included.
I
included.
appreciate
She's
that.
always
Thank
included.
you. But like, no, that was that. That's kind of like my big answer to that. Is just music, just simply put, doesn't have the same soul anymore.
Mhm.
You know, I kind of miss it.
To be fair, when it comes
One
to
of my
rap,
friends
rap
put it
usually
best.
kind of has the same beat or same kind of meaning behind it.
yeah.
I do have to.
One of my
I do have to
friends
try
put
to
it,
do
like,
one more
the best
thing. Real
way.
quick. I do need to keep going this, but anyway, Lord,
Send
you
me
have
some.
one
I'd
more
love to
thing
listen to it.
You got something to say, Lord?
Well, I just wanted to say just how also like because how time has been going down. It's just like songs are getting shorter and shorter
Yeah.
lengthwise, and it's just really
Oh, I mean,
funny how
Coltyn?
people can't like listen to like a 5-minute song anymore without getting bored or something like
Yes.
I mean, I'll still listen to
I
it.
get that. But anyways, we do have to end on this episode because this has been dragging on for way too long. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you guys in the next week's episode, and this time we'll be talking about fitness.
You have
Yeah.
have a good one, everyone. I'm
too
now going to
chunky
force
for
them to
this,
listen to
man.
no.
Shut up.
God.
That's a wrap.
You know what?
Oh,
Screw
here we
it.
go.
Come here.
Oh my god!
No. We're listening to it.
Oh, he's gonna
No,
play it
I
on the
wanna-
player.
Yes.
Oh, here we go.
This is
Yes.
not our outro song.
It is this time.
It is.